question is, I think this one will be pretty easy. We have two current supervisors.
You just left.
The question is, could the supervisors have an evening meeting in the near future for people that work during the daylight hours or during day hours?
And we have one of those coming up on the 18th, Thursday. And we have had them in the past as well. In fact, that question comes up quite often, and we have to remind people that, yes, that's what we've done, especially on large topic issues where we know that the current board chamber is not sufficient to hold a lot of people. And so we purposely try to use Jensen Hall or the Veterans Hall or whatever to try to get more space for people to come and talk about whatever that particular issue is. Kind of agree with Quincy as well. I think it was Quincy that said it about getting some ability to video stream at some point. I am very interested in that. However, there are some ADA issues that we have to overcome for the disabled in our community. You have to be able to live feed the interpretation of what's going on for especially people who can't hear. There are some issues with people who don't have sight as well, and so I know there are companies that are working on that. I've been talking to a company that potentially has that going to get that at least moving along and seeing how far we are in order to be able to do that. The other issue with that same topic is getting high-speed internet up here. I mean, if we're going to attract business and we want to do stuff like that, we have to have high-speed internet. And in rural areas, that is difficult. And a lot of the companies that serve us today don't have high-speed internet. And we're not going to get, people that can bring in good business here without that ability to do high-speed internet. And I know that's on the president's agenda as well, to get that out to rural America. So I'm hoping that we are able to overcome a lot of that. I'd like to see us be able to have more people see our things.
Nicholas, did you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, you can definitely do evening meetings, but you still have to have the public get involved, because 4 years sitting on city council with evening meetings, 2 or 3 people showing up to meetings. The county meetings in the morning seem to get better attended than the city council meetings do in the afternoon. So it ultimately comes down to the people have to want to be involved. And then, live stream the meetings would help. Just access to finding out what's going on in meetings. It's a task to find an agenda right now. You got to go hunt and search. And if you're not tech savvy, you're not going to come across what you need to find out what's coming up in the next meeting. So something I've been trying to do is just posting to my Facebook exactly what's coming up, grabbing the topics I think are important to people, and throwing those up in different forums, trying to see what catches on.
So it's technology again, it's different ways.
But it also comes back onto the supervisors or the city council members to create that engagement and take those topics that they think are important and give it to their constituents so they have a chance to either respond to us so we can make decisions based better on what the citizens want, or they can show up to the meetings and voice their opinions.
Hey, pardon, Madam Moderator. So, I'm new later when it comes to this, but what does it take to get your high-speed internet deal? Does it cost money, or do you have to install something, or what's the problem?
Yeah, high-speed internet's expensive, and that's why there's a plan to bring it to rural America. We need the companies to be able to get funding in order to bring it here. They brought it to places where it's important, Silicon Valley and down in the LA area. Pardon me?
You have to buy airwaves, or how do you?
No, they need to lay the infrastructure. They don't have all the infrastructure ability to do it. So they have to, whatever their current technology is to get it here to be high speed technology.
along the lines of people not attending during the evening hours, doesn't that skew the people who have input? You only get a certain demographic when you're having meetings over the day. You don't have a demographic of necessarily working people, county employees, city employees, prison employees, anybody working on Main Street, Susanville. All you get are people who are available during the day. So I would assume the largest demographic of that would be senior citizens like myself. So in order to move toward the future, don't we use a broader demographic participating in government and have the ability to participate in government?
That's why video is important.
Well, that's why I said we need the citizens to get involved. Like I said, we have meetings at night and you have 1 or 2 people show up. You have meetings in the day and you have 5 or 6 people show up. You know, neither one shows a good outpour of citizens being involved, and that's why I'm trying to do more social media stuff, which gives you the opportunity to know what's coming up beforehand, so you can make your comments and you can either comment back through social media or attend the meeting. But there's no perfect solution for it, but I think we can do better with connectivity and open dialogue, so we know what you guys want if you can't make it to the meeting. And you guys have a right to know what's coming up on the meetings. It shouldn't be a task to go find what's coming up on an agenda. If it's hidden away, you gotta click the right link and download the right file and open it and search through it, and then be able to decipher political jargon. So it's not just on you, it's not just on us, it's just working together. We all need to do a better job to be involved. So, and then Sierra has brought fiber into Lassen County. This is something that Teresa Phillips and I worked on when we were on Lassen Economic Council. Rec and Tech, Los Sierras, high-speed internet. They brought that here 10 years ago.
It's here. It's just the infrastructure to get it to people. It's like trying to drive an 8-lane highway right now.
So you have LMUD poles with utilities hanging under those, and Pluma Sierra has to get the rights to get on those poles to get it into certain areas. They did when they get to the college.
They get to the college. The issue with the poles, if I could interject, is that there's certain safety issues and the poles can't be overloaded.
Yep.
So if you already have Zito and Frontier and Elmed on a joint pole, you've got Pluma Sierra wanting to tag on also, and so there needs to be a better infrastructure, which is a larger pole, which is who's paying for that. So yeah.
Yeah. Frontier has admitted they've oversold their grid. They're cutting back bandwidth because they've oversold the amount of capacity that they can actually transmit. So it's on them, and they're a struggling company. So to go ask them to dump a bunch of money in, it comes back to us to demand better outcomes from some of these companies, or get out of the way for other companies that can. Pluma Sierra and Quincy, they're doing great down there. They're actually marketing people to come live in that area from the Bay Area, because you can do your work from somewhere where you have an incredible way of life, the same we have here, and you can do your job from home and be connected to Silicon Valley doing your big fancy internet job. So we just need to get more involved and demand better outcomes.
Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna move on to another question. And this question is, well, first it's a comment. The county and city are virtually broke. Do you support Measure N and why? Joe?
Yes, I support it completely.
Why?
The reason being is public safety has become a big issue. This homeless issue, the rising crime that we have, the lack of police presence enforcing traffic along Main Street, for example, or on Ash Street, for example. Many times the speed of that traffic is way too fast. We have a school crossing around Ash Street on 4th Street. you know, we need more boots on the ground to make that happen, to create revenue, because it will. And, it's no, secret that our police force is strained, we're short-handed, we need more boots on the ground. We need those night patrols, like I alluded to earlier. We need more technology and then doing police business, and that costs money. You gotta be able to afford it. And the thing about measuring that's really great is it's going to go strictly to public safety. Not only the police, but the fire department. We have an excellent fire department that does a great job in providing EMT services, and anytime you have an emergency, they're on the spot, they're usually the first ones there, and they do a great job. If we want to continue that, and you know, let's face it, our communities, there's a huge disparity. We have older folks and we have younger folks, and not a whole lot in between. And with these older folks, they're going to need health care, and the way you provide that is to make sure you have a well-funded fire department to provide those kind of needs. So I think that's one way that certainly we can finance it. Fire department and police department it's well known they are underpaid. You look at compared fire departments and police departments in other communities in Northern California, and we're on the bottom rung of that scale. So in order for us to hold on to our police and our firemen, we need to pay them a living wage so they'll stay put. Most of the ones that are there generally are very loyal to this community. They're here for a reason, and they want to stay here. And the way we can keep them here is to make sure they have a living wage and are provided all the tools that they need to do their jobs.
Rod, you want to take that one? Do you support Measure N and why?
I do support it. Joe just about said it all, but
Okay.
I have the experience of being a law enforcement officer for over 30 years. And I've seen, when I started out, it was $645 a month, okay? Now, and you could buy a gallon of gas for 2 bits in it. These people that are doing it now, they're making a halfway decent wage, they're okay. But they can see other horizons, more places to work, like you get X amount of dollars here, they can go to Reddit and get X more dollars. We need to have that money here to keep the manpower going, and then with the best equipment in the world that we can have. And I'm not only talking about the police department, I'm talking about the fire department. They are the heartbeat of this community as far as safety goes. We gotta count on them. So we wanna keep these young guys, stick around a little bit. You know, have their children, that they're raising children here. We keep the community. Otherwise, we're just gonna be a walking place. I've seen it at the sheriff's department. I've seen it at the police department. Guys get hired, they get the boots a little dirty and everything else, but there's a little bit of better green grass on the other side of the valley, so they head down to that. And that's what we need. That penny might cost somebody a pack of cigarettes. That penny tax might cost somebody a pack of cigarettes a month, and they can live it out.